martial arts helps you develop a disciplined mindset and enhance your physical fitness. However, it is important that you choose the right fighting sport for your lifestyle and situation. If you are a security guard, bodyguard, or even a school teacher today, you should have some self-defense training. However, you should use all techniques that fit your physical abilities. It is hard to develop your own self-defense style, which makes taking lessons from an expert important. Experts will tell you their system is the best, with some of the easiest techniques to learn. The fact is, it takes time and effort to master all self-defense systems. The best self-defense system is where you learn to make one move or technique to survive many types of attacks without thought. Regardless of the martial art or fighting system you practice, you should be able to defend against any weapon or multiple attackers. The term martial arts, or arts of Mars, the Roman god of war, was developed from the fighting arts of Asia and has evolved to become more of a sport than a warrior system. The art has never been martial in the sense of being created by professional fighters. These defenses or fighting systems date back to the Greeks and range from Russia to Africa. These systems are linked with religion and spirituality, founded, disseminated, or practiced by monks in Asia. Throughout Asia, physical combat involves meditation incorporated into practice and training designed to protect temples of worship. Philosophy, used to attain personal enlightenment, emphasizing self-control as much as physical dominance. Some martial arts systems are to learn to fight, with some of them almost fighting to the death like gladiators. Most fighting sports like MMA and law enforcement have many rules and regulations that govern their systems, but there are no rules and regulations when you are fighting for your life, except for those imposed by law. The difference between these gladiator sports is that self-defense is not prearranged or mutually consensual. It involves elements of deception and surprise to survive the situation. There are differences between fighting arts, self-defense, and making an arrest. For law enforcement and corrections, surprise attacks are a part of daily life and a lifestyle. Some pro-level fighters regard mixed martial arts, MMA, as the toughest of all martial arts sports. MMA draws on several different methods, including kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The list of rules is short. Combatants are not allowed to attack their opponent's eyes, neck, or groin, strike the spine or the back of the head, bite or pull the nose or ears, or use wrist and twist locks. Systems like Krav Maga originated in Israel, where they are taught in the army and the Mossad, Israel's national intelligence service. Many people believe that it is the most effective way of defending yourself against an attacker. The name Krav Maga comes from a Hebrew phrase meaning contact combat. The practitioners engage in hands-on, close-up combat and aren't afraid of attacking each other in the face or between the legs. Wing Chun is a system of techniques to end a fight as quickly and as successfully as possible. The first thing you need in order to be able to achieve this goal is the right hitting and kicking moves. But the second thing you need is the ability to read your opponent's body language, what he or she is planning, and what his or her weak points are. Wing Chun teaches you to land punches as efficiently and expend as little energy as possible. Wing Chun trains you to choose the correct response to a threat instinctively so that you can defend yourself without needing to think about every individual move. This concept of instinctive response is key to being a successful law enforcement officer, but it is not easily taught. Seeking to master a fighting system or a career in law enforcement, you cannot separate your training from the rest of your life in the same way you practice your religion. A religious person practices their faith daily to remain free of false beliefs. Law enforcement agencies believe their officers need to be dominant in all situations and in control of themselves. Both beliefs of dominance and control are false if you do not place the self first. Self-control and self-discipline will allow you to dominate most things in your life. The reason this is important in law enforcement is that during any violent encounter, an officer may legally take a life, but only do so when there is no other option. With Aikido, the Chinese art of Shaolin Chin Na, and Wing Chun, officers can learn to incorporate their department's procedures to accomplish their mission. Because these techniques use open hands to defend and control an attack, excessive force rarely occurs. Officers are rarely taught to kick or punch because these techniques fail to control an attacker.